In today's video, I will share with you 5 things that I wish I knew before I started working out. These 5 things will helping you prevent making the same mistakes that I made when I just got started. So without further ado, let's get straight into the first tip, which is set a goal. So when you begin your journey, it's very important that you define what you want to achieve. For example, this can be gaining muscle mass, learning a new calisthenic skill, or improve your endurance. This will make it easier to get a specific direction and where your training is heading. And this brings us to my second tip, which is have a workout plan. When I started training, I usually just hit the gym or went to the park and did some exercises that I thought were good at that moment. What I didn't realize is that I have no structure in my workouts at all. This translated into slow to no progress. So you want to make sure you have a well-structured workout plan. This doesn't have to be an expensive program that you buy online. No, you can simply write down in your notes on your phone which muscles you will hit that day. By doing this, you can track your training during the week. This already will be a great step in a good direction. Another thing you can do if you're just getting started and you don't know what are good exercises or not, you can just search up on internet. There is a lot of good and free information out there, so that's another thing you can do. Also, I recently made a full 4-week beginner program that you can check out right here. I'll also leave the link in the description, so if you follow this 4-week program that you can do from home, you will definitely make some gains also. Moving on, we got the third tip, which is progressive overload. When training frequently, like 5 to 6 times a week, it's important that you prevent plateauing. You need to make sure you keep improving during your training. Now let me explain. There are multiple ways to implement progressive overload. The first one I suggest is harder progressions. An example of a harder progression would be going from a knee push-up to a normal push-up. Once a normal push-up is too easy for you, go to push-ups with a resistance band. Another example is doing pull-ups with resistance bands. You now move on from assistant pull-ups to normal pull-ups. The second thing that you can do to reach progressive overload would be less rest time and more repetitions. Having less rest than normal will challenge your muscles more. Doing more repetitions of an exercise will make sure that your muscles are fatigued. Moving on, I got tip number 4, which is a very important one: nutrition. What I remember from my experience is that I didn't really eat unhealthy, but I had no clue of how much calories I was getting in a day. If your goal is, for example, to gain muscle, you really need to keep track of your calories because you want to eat in a caloric surplus. This means you get more calories in than your body burns during the day. You can easily calculate that by an online calculator. I will leave a link in the description, so make sure you do that so you have an idea of what your daily calorie intake is. It's very important that you keep track of your calories in the beginning so you know exactly how many calories you got in. You can use an app, for example MyFitnessPal is a free and good app to track your calories. The same principle counts for people that want to lose fat. They need to eat in a caloric deficit. This means that their body burns more calories that they eat during the day. Moving on, I got the last tip, which is listen to your body. And I know a lot of you guys are just getting started and are really motivated to make some serious gains. You almost want to train every single day, but it's important that you listen to your body. If you have pain or any kind of soreness, then make sure to take a day off, rest, have some good foods in, and then come back stronger. Sometimes it's better to take 1 step backwards and then take 2 steps forwards. I know this was a very informational video, but I can assure you that knowing these 5 things now will get you faster to your goal than yesterday. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Feel free to leave a comment on what you want to see in the next video. I'll definitely respond to that, and I'll see you next week with a new video.